We are officially recording.
We live and recorded?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
The duality of the podcast. Today's date, January, what is it? The 30th, Monday.
Captain's log, star date. The year in our Lord Jesus Christ, 2023. It's a good one.
2023?
Yeah.
I mean, personally, it's not off to a bad start. I feel like globally, things are pretty weird.
They are. They've been better globally, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Do you think so? Or do you think every generation's just been fucked? Right? Like, our parents are worried about the Cold War. You know, millennials now, you know, we were worried about, like, Y2K, 9/11.
I think the problem is, like, we've had to experience so many, like, once in a generation, like, events. Like, we had 9/11. You know, once in a generation, like, terrorist attack.
Yeah, hopefully.
We dealt with the recession in 2008, which was really, really bad. Probably the almost, I think they said almost the worst since the Depression or the Cold War. We dealt with the pandemic, which was the first global pandemic since like polio, maybe, or some shit like that.
Yeah.
So there's just, like, all of these, like, you know, once in a generation things that were like, okay, but, like, there's so many of them for us at this point. We're the closest to nuclear war we've ever been, even more so than the Cold War. So it's just like, shit's crazy, man.
Yeah, shit's pretty crazy, but we're still just chugging along, you know? We're still doing our stupid
life
shit,
moves on.
You know? I think the biggest concern affecting kids these days is TikTok gonna get
goddamn
banned
rap music, man.
It's that goddamn rap telling you to go out and have unprotected sex.
It's all the violent video games.
They can't be helping, right?
They can, and they do.
You think so?
Yeah, there was studies done that found violent video games actually make people less violent, because it's more of, like, the catharsis of, like, getting out, like, you know, the pent up, like, I want to be violent, like, you get that out in video game form. And so it was found that violent video games actually help with aggression.
That's good news. I've always been a big proponent that violent video games don't cause violence. Because I love violent video games. Like, the more graphic the violence, the better for me. As I'm playing Dead Space right now, dismembering necromorphs, you know, limb for limb. I wonder how it affected, like, that 6-year-old kid who shot his teacher. Did he think it was going to be, like, a fun thing to do? That's also a crazy situation, because he should not have had access to a firearm. Like, not even close.
He shouldn't even had, like, the thoughts of taking it and shooting somebody.
Yeah, that's pretty alarming. I feel like
it's a problem.
The parents definitely need to be questioned there, for sure. Oh, hey, my mom's calling me. You mind if I take this?
Yeah, go for it.
Hello? Hi, Mom. Hey, I'm shooting an episode of the Super Sodium Brother podcast with Rob. Can I call you back maybe tomorrow?
Or podcast.
All right. I love you, Mom. All right. Bye-bye. Rob, my mom says hi, and she said, have a great podcast.
Aw, shit.
There we go. We're keeping that
Hi, Brandon's mommy. Keep it in, dude.
The Rust joke last week got cut out, but then the part talking about the Rust joke where you were like, I hope you keep this in, I kept that in. We'll keep
just as a little teaser of what couldn't have been, you know?
What, thank God, wasn't. It wasn't even a joke. It was just a stupid thing to say. Anyway.
It was an offensive segue.
And I have to go back to it. I just can't move on.
It was pretty funny.
You ever do something so awkward in public and you like turn around or like you're no longer like talking to that person and you just like you make the weirdest face possible?
Yeah.
That's my coping mechanism. I'll say something
used to do
awkward. I'll
that.
turn around. I'll go. Ugh!
You do like the I Love Lucy? Ooh.
That's exactly what I do. I'm like stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Do you like
idiot.
the over exaggerated shrug? Ooh.
Yeah. I'll like lock my elbow and I'm like, ew, God, that's like my twitch. And I'm like, ugh, like I'm squeezing my fist in my arm, but trying to do it like as slyly as possible so no one thinks I'm a weirdo. It's like fuck.
I would do that a lot when I would wear masks during the pandemic. Like I would just like make stupid faces. Nobody could see.
I caught myself doing that a lot.
Yeah.
Probably too much.
Or like you found yourself like resting with like a really stupid look on your face.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was okay because nobody could see it.
It's
a habit you can't get stuck in when you don't have a mask on.
Dude, I can't remember if we talked about this 2 weeks ago, but I was at work. It was late at night, and I just had to like stand on my mark and just be there. And I was a million miles away. I can't even remember what I was thinking about. And I was like kind of staring at the floor, like the corner of the room. And my friend walked up to me and she's like, "Do you know what you look like right now? You look like this." And she did her impression of me, which was like a lobotomized Brandon, just like wishing for death. And I was like, "Oh my God, dude, that's my neutral face. How scary is that?"
Yeah.
But I got caught.
RBF is real.
Resting Brandon
really
face.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Just staring at the floor. Oh my God, I look like that dog having Vietnam flashbacks.
Just wide-eyed. I find that I don't necessarily think I have resting bitch face, but I feel like I have like resting unapproachable face, which is doing me no favors right now.
That's resting.
So like I just like I don't look like mean, but like I don't know. I feel like I don't look as friendly as I am.
Do you look like you work at a junkyard? Because that sounds pretty mean.
It's a very specific example.
So how do you combat that? See, here's the thing. If you're just standing around by yourself smiling, like that's fucking weird.
So here's the thing. It's not smiling, but it's a very like an ever so slightly like pull your eyebrows up just a little bit. Like don't look surprised, but like like if you just like sit there and go like completely like emotionless, like you feel your eyebrows get kind of like heavy, like they're down,
Mm-hmm.
And so like just ever so slightly like lift them like up, like open your eyes, like lift your eyebrows up just like a little bit, and like it gives you a much more like welcoming look. Because like if you're just like resting and like you're in more of like you get kind of stern when you're in like a like RBF mode.
Yeah.
So all you gotta do is pick your eyebrows up a little bit, raise your forehead just a little bit, open those eyes, look approachable. So try and do that.
Not too much though.
Yet,
otherwise it looks like you just saw a ghost.
Exactly. Right. You look like a Jorge Sucalicious or whatever his name is.
Who?
The aliens guy? Aliens.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
That guy. Yeah.
George Manzukis?
George Fergalicious. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
George
Man
Glamorous.
Circus. Yeah.
The Flossy
exactly.
Flossy.
You're
Alex
right,
has his autograph. She's actually a big fan.
Yeah. I find him to be insufferable.
Not my favorite TV personality, but you got to give him credit for him to just go out there and just spout complete bullshit on national TV. I mean,
I guess like, yeah. I mean, I'm not upset at it because like that doesn't really hold any like power to cause problems.
Yeah,
like he's not like on the History Channel saying like vaccines are fake. So it's like it's whatever. Like it's an innocuous thing to be spewing bullshit about, like fine. That's fine. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, and also there's not going to be any congressional hearings into like the information he's, it's just like it's just for fun.
Yeah. There's not going to be any like FCC investigations into the rhetoric that
into the aliens building the pyramids, which they did
allegedly,
and which I did a very poor job explaining, but that's okay.
I heard a very interesting take and not to paint you in the same light, but like I think it was like halfway a joke what they were saying, but it was essentially like why, so like when you hear of all these ancient civilizations, you know, making these big achievements in you know, building and architecture and just all sorts of other areas that have us pretty dumbfounded, like even today, like why are those accomplishments always written off as, oh, like aliens must have given them like the technology or given them the, or just done it for them kind of thing?
Hmm.
But like what giant achievements have like white people made like way back then? Like there really weren't any, and like the ones that were, like they're not explained away by like, you know, like we have like Stonehenge, even though that's not all that, like, you know, the achievement behind that isn't as big as like the pyramids, but like, you know, you have like Stonehenge and like other wonders of the world that come from like, you know, European or Anglo-Saxon civilizations, and like nobody ever writes those ways, oh, aliens, or oh, they must have been gifted these, you know, whatever. It's like it's actually an interesting take. Might be a little bit of a reach, but
Okay.
an interesting take nonetheless.
Yeah. I mean, I can't really argue that. I don't have a I haven't done too much research outside of the pyramids. All I'm saying is at the end of the Elder Dryas Age, there might have been some crazy floods and some crazy tornadoes. Could have wiped out some ancient civilizations. That's all I'm saying. Maybe they weren't aliens, but maybe they had really cool tech back then that we kind of lost. I don't know. Dude, I don't know.
There is a non-zero chance, that's for sure.
Yeah. I'm holding on to that 0.0001% chance that it was the ancient technically advanced. And honestly, if sci-fi franchises have taught me anything, it's that the older the civilization, the more advanced tech they had. Everybody just skipped their caveman phase, apparently. Went
They
straight to
just,
their Apple iPhone phase.
oh, what a good phase. You watch Netflix on that thing? It's great.
It's crazy.
So I was when I was driving up to Dallas for my work trip, I was listening to a podcast. It's a BBC Radio 4 podcast,
Okay.
and it's hosted by my man Melvin Bragg. And he's like the super old like English guy, and he just has on a bunch of like really smart people, and they just talk about shit. And they were doing one on the evolution of crocodiles.
Mm.
And I've always heard the like, oh, like crocodiles are living fossils, like they've effectively just they've existed more or less unevolved for like millions of years. That's not the case. That's
Okay.
actually a big stinking lie. And yeah, I was shocked to hear. But he brought that up to the one of the people on the podcast, and he's like what do you make of the statement? Like how do you feel about like that statement? And lady was like, oh, I hate it. Like I think it's like terrible. And like she explained why, and like how much diversity there were in crocodiles back in the, I don't think it was the, it might have been the Triassic period, which was right after the Jurassic period, I believe.
Mm.
And they're saying that the variety in um crocodile like branches of evolution, there were crocodiles that were bipedal that walked on like their hind legs. There were ones that like might have even been like feathered, so like how, you know, you had your feathered dinosaurs, and then the ones that ended up living, like the birds ended up turning into like, you know, like the chickens and stuff that we have now. They're just birds in general now. They're called the
Okay.
flying
Yeah, yeah,
dinosaurs.
yeah.
And there was some, so like they were saying like there were crocodiles that like would have ran around very similar to the T-Rex. Like there was some that had like gigantic like heads, like just ginormous heads. And they said that there was ones that like became more aquatic than they were like land dwelling, and they became like basically like what we have today is like whales. They were almost like a cross between like whales and crocodile. Like imagine a crocodile that lost a lot of its like scales and were like much more like smooth,
Mm.
and they were more whale shaped by design, but they were still crocodiles. So like there was this huge variety of crocodiles. And even now, like the variety that we have now has still undergone quite a bit of evolutionary changes. And so she's like, saying that they're living fossils and they haven't really evolved does a pretty big disservice to like the variety of them.
Hmm.
And like that would basically be saying, like, calling us like the same as like Neanderthals, or like the pre-humans, like that basically saying like we are now what they were then.
We've
Like,
barely changed at all.
exactly. So it's like saying that we basically just haven't changed since the Neanderthals. And it's like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, those are very different than what we are now. Just like the crocodiles we have now were very different than what were around back then. That's interesting, because I've always heard like so many times that like, oh, like they've basically existed unevolved for millions and millions of years, which is just straight up incorrect.
Yeah, it seems like a pretty uneducated guess, right? Like, you look at a dinosaur coloring book, you see the T-Rex, you see the crocodile, and you're like, they're pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Big lizard, big teeth.
So therefore, they're
completely unchanged. Yeah, it's honestly pretty insulting.
You know who probably thinks that? Bryce Pappenbrook. I bet he
Stop
thinks that.
it, dude. Why are you
that.
taking shots at my boy?
I don't know. He deserves it, I think.
So
maybe. I don't know.
we got a nice callback here. Bryce Pappenbrook, the American voice actor for Inosuke. And
who did I find out that he voiced yesterday?
He voices the lead in Attack on Titans, right?
Right, yeah, Eren Yeager. Yeah, he voices fucking Eren Yeager.
Bryce Pappenbrook.
This goddamn ass.
Not a bad looking dude. I don't know about these gelled up tips, but
yeah, the gelled up tips look straight out of like the late 90s.
Yeah. It's a little 99 on the gel tips, but talented guy. I mean, a great body of work here.
Ooh, he's only 5'6". Ooh, that's tough.
Oh damn, we're seeing eye to eye.
Tough, dude.
Dude, if and when I get the chance to get his autograph, I'm getting him to sign everything, and I'm mailing you a Bryce Pappenbrook.
No.
Pappenbrook. Bryce Pappenbrook.
Bryce Pappenbrook. Yeah.
Dude, Demon Slayer season 3. So there's some sort of like movie airing, I think this weekend.
Movie.
Or some sort of special that's gonna tease the beginning of season 3. But I'm super stoked for that.
I think I did hear about that. And then it airs in April. That's not far away. Okay, so maybe I'll hold off on reading it until after we watch this, and then I'll read after that.
Yeah, it's where, because what are they? They're taking about 2 years between seasons, which feels kind of natural too.
Was it that long? Was when did season 2 air?
I think so.
Season 2. Oh, it's coming to Netflix on. Oh, it's already on Netflix. Hell yeah, season 2. That's cool.
Nice. Friends, Demon Slayer on Netflix. Go watch it.
February of 2022. Original release October 10th, 2021, and it went into February 2022. See, I guess just about ish.
18 months, give or take. Yeah, plenty of time to read that manga.
Yeah, so I'll finish that up. I'll watch the show. I'll watch that season, and then I'll probably end up reading the rest of it. I gotta see the end.
It's pretty freaking good. I'm not gonna lie. I was such a hater for so long, and then I don't know what it was. Like I thought season 2 was just so good, and I love that. So what is it? It's only like 11 or 12 episodes, right?
I think less than that. I think it was like 9.
Really? Yeah, it's like the first 2 episodes are build up, and the next like 9 episodes or however many there are, it's just
them
like
fighting,
high octane, craziness.
It's fucking crazy.
It was great. Speaking on hating on anime, the fucking Netflix live action One Piece promotional art was released today. Like some posters.
And it looks like a fan-made Sea of Thieves edit.
It really does. I'm not a fan. Oh no. So I went on the subreddit after I saw this, and people brought this to my attention. I missed it. So just to give a little backstory, One Piece, it's been going on for 26 years. It's a manga. It's an anime. It's the highest selling manga in Japan for the last like 10 years. It's super popular. And it's popular here too. It's huge in Japan. The main character Luffy has always worn sandals, just like basic sandals. Even when he's got a suit on, even when he's dressed up, sandals. That's his thing. They fucking released this promotional image.
And he's wearing vintage Jordan 1s.
He's wearing high top sneakers. They already blew it. It's just like
they already blew it.
If they're willing to tweak that kind of stuff, but then the characters are wearing their exact same outfits from like the start of the series, but that one detail's changed. Like, I don't really give a fuck about the sandals. It's the fact that they changed that like detail that's just really got my red flags up.
So he never wears shoes?
I don't think he's ever worn a shoe.
Really? Why is he wearing shoes?
Dude. Oh, see, I Google image Luffy shoes, and it's just like people painting Luffy's face on Vans.
I literally did the exact same thing.
I mean, even in like when the author would make like a little artwork, oh, you know, in between chapters, oh, it's them, oh, they're over here, they're in a castle, oh, now they're painting. He's just always got sandals, no matter what's going on. Oh, they're a bunch of soldiers. He's got sandals on.
Is someone even asked on the One Piece wiki, is there a reason why Luffy only wears sandals? So apparently he just only wears sandals.
Yeah, that's his thing. I don't know why. That's his thing. That's where he's most comfortable. Sometimes he's barefoot. Maybe he loses a sandal. That's okay. It happens. But never shoes. So the fact that there's shoes in this promotional image...
Concerning.
I've already got one open-toed foot out the door. I'm slipping my flip-flops on, and I'm ready to walk out.
Did you see that the creator of what was it? Cowboy Bebop?
Yeah.
He said he watched the very first opening scene and then noped out of the show. Not even the first episode, the first scene. And then he just noped out immediately. Dude,
you know what's sad? The opening scene was my favorite part of that show. It was my favorite part. It's interesting too because the opening scene of the Cowboy Bebop Netflix live action, which was canceled, is like a hybrid of the opening scene to the movie mixed with some music of the movie. In like a different setting. It's like this casino's being held up. They're being robbed, and like the main characters, the two bounty hunters, like break in. The jazz starts playing, and they beat everyone up. It definitely like paralleled the opening scene of the movie, which is there's a convenience store being robbed by these guys, and Spike walks in. He's got headphones. He pretends not to hear the guy with the gun. He takes his headphones off and just starts like beating the shit out of people. So I don't know why he hated it so much, but I guess it just left a bad taste in his mouth. But I thought that was the best scene of the show. It only gets worse from there. For some reason, you've seen Cowboy Bebop. The villain is this guy named Vicious. He's very cold. He's very stoic. He's only in a few episodes, and he's a man of few words. And the show really makes him the main character. He's the antagonist and just the complete focus, and he's got so much dialogue and this whole backstory. And he's an abusive husband and this like psychotic dude, and like none of that was in the original thing. And I don't know. I preferred his character, and also like the actor who played him was the dad in Violent Night. I don't know if you remember him.
he definitely didn't look like Vicious.
Yeah, Vicious looked like he's lanky, he's pale, he almost looks sickly. And the actor who played him is a good-looking guy with a very chiseled jaw, and like he was a good actor. I just don't think he was a good fit. And then he just became the focus of the show. So honestly, creator of Cowboy Bebop would have certainly been disappointed if he watched the next 7 episodes. It was
Yeah.
weird. It was weird.
Having seen, like, actually properly watching all of, like, the anime all the way through, like, I don't want to ruin it by watching the live action.
Don't. Yeah, don't. Maybe watch the opening scene, but it's unfortunate. There's also some weird, like, you could tell where the budget was spent. There's not a ton of space sequences. Like, the whole thing takes place in, like, 2077 or something like that. There's a lot of space travel and space sequences, and there wasn't a ton of that in the show. And I feel like it was a budgeting issue. And then some of the sets, actually, like, they looked like movie sets. Like, I could see, like, the Luan walls and just the painted flats and, like, you know, just the basic set decoration. Like, some of it was perfect. Like, the inside of the Bebop ship looked amazing. They nailed it. And there's one set where the Mad Puro episode where they go into the flashback of the assassin, and he was, like, you know, experimented on, and they go to, like, the lab where he's being experimented, and it just reminded me of all my days working on Blind Spot on NBC, which was a very, very lackluster FBI show that did not pay attention to details. I mean, hey, I was grateful for the job. It was a fun show to work on, but I wouldn't call it, like, a good show.
I thought I remember hearing good things about Blacklist.
No, Blind Spot.
Blind Spot, sorry.
Blacklist is pretty good. They're still shooting. They're on season 10.
Damn, really?
Yeah, I actually worked on it as a jogger this past Friday. Pretty fun day. Made some friends, jogged around, and, like, I think it was 3 hours later I was wrapped, which was pretty sweet.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Get a little exercise in, get your steps in for the day.
Dude, I felt great. Honestly. Morning jog, it was right on the piers, overlooking the Hudson. It's the only time of day and the only location where New Jersey looks good. Like, as the sun's rising over New Jersey, see the light sparkling off the water. I was like, wow, this is kind of nice.
Hell yeah.
It's a good day. Blacklist.
Not bad.
Dude, the first time I worked on Blacklist, I was working as a stand-in, which, like, you stand in for the actor. They set up the cameras and lights around you. Actor comes in. He does his thing. Great. I had never done that before, so I missed the marking rehearsal, which is, like, I have to see that to know what the guy does.
Right.
And they called me in, and they're like, hey, did you see the marking rehearsal? And I was like, what's that? Like, I was so new to the business, I didn't even know what that was. I just assumed, like, someone would hold my hand once I got to set and, like, tell me what to do, where to go.
Right.
And luckily enough, my guy just, like, sat in a chair the entire scene. So that wasn't too hard.
Okay.
And then I worked on it a year later. It was 2015. No. It was 2014. It was November. And it was so dangerously cold outside. And I didn't know I was working outside. And I showed up to work. Or maybe I did, and I just, like, I don't know. I was like, oh, you know, I'll go outside when I need to. And, like, the rest of the time, I'll just go inside. And we were working at the water treatment plant in Greenpoint, Brooklyn. And I was wearing Converse sneakers, regular socks, and, like, I don't know, jeans and a jacket.
Oh, yeah. And you said you couldn't feel your feet.
Yeah. It was like 15 degrees outside with, like, crazy wind chill. And literally after, like, an hour, I was like, I'm going to have to tell them that I have to go home. Like, I think I'm in so much physical pain. Like, my froze were, like, frozen solid. I legit thought I was going to get frostbite. And somehow I was able to just, like, seek shelter inside of the water treatment plant and survive the day.
Seek refuge.
Dude, that was also inside the water treatment plant. There are these narrow, like, concrete hallways. And the whole scene is like, I don't know, these terrorists are trying to take over the facility. And, you know, the FBI's got to, like, you know, shoot them down, whatever.
Right.
Pew pew ensues. And at one point, they were going to do a couple takes with full rounds, like blank rounds, but with a full amount of gunpowder.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh, do you want ear protection? I was like, nah, I don't need ear protection. Like, I'll be fine. I'll just, like, walk a little further away down the hallway. Dude, this guy brought up his gun, like, action! Boom, 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 boom! I could feel the sound waves like rattling my brain inside of my skull. It was
Guns are fucking loud.
Dude, after that I was like, ear protection, please. Holy fuck.
I'm almost surprised they let you like opt out of ear protection.
Yeah, that was so stupid. I don't know what I was thinking.
It's pretty crazy.
Why did I do that?
Why they let you do that is a better question.
It's just like a PA walking around with like little ear things. Hey, you want these? I'm like, no, I'm good. She's like, yeah, whatever. They don't pay me enough to give a fuck about you.
That's also probably a good point.
Now I have tinnitus. Oh well,
that's how you get tinnitus. Remember that voice line from Lucio?
Is that really a voice line?
I feel like it was only an Overwatch 1 voice line because I don't think I've heard it in Overwatch 2. I feel like one of his ones goes, "That's how you get tinnitus." Pretty good one.
Dude, walking home with your AirPods in, blasting Slipknot as loud as fucking possible.
Slipknot. What is this, 2009?
They're still putting out music, man.
Are they really?
Their album in 2019 wasn't bad. The song Unsainted, pretty fucking good. And they just put out a new album, which I've yet to listen to. I keep forgetting I have Apple Music. Alex's dad put me on the family plan. I just haven't used it yet. Yeah, I gotta take advantage.
Yo, Papa's such a legend.
He's the man. He's the friggin' man.
Absolute legend.
He and Duchess hooked it up with Steam Decks for Christmas. I mean, that was insane.
Crazy.
Every kid got Steam Deck. And young T-Bus doesn't play that many video games, so they got him I think a soccer jersey from one of the French players.
Oh, they didn't get him a Steam Deck?
He doesn't game that much. He's not like super into it. He's more athletic. And he's big into soccer.
He doesn't game much. My man plays Xbox all the fucking time.
But like he's not like he plays like FIFA and Rocket League, and like he'll play some Call of Duty, but like I don't think he would take advantage of a Steam Deck. Like he owns a Switch, and I don't think he's touched it for like literally years.
Well, that's because he doesn't really play Nintendo games.
But like what? I don't know. Like maybe he could play some like Rocket League on Steam Deck, but I don't know. I don't think he would utilize it. And I think they were kind of honest with him about that too. They were like, look, like myself, Alex's brother Austin, like we play a lot more video games. And like, hey, do you want Steam Deck? And I think he was like, nah, I'm good. Give me this dope ass jersey. They were like, done.
I respect it.
Yeah. And they didn't even write like Santa on the tag. They were like, nah, Santa gets no credit for these. Absolutely not.
Fuck that.
Mom and Dad get all the credit. Steam Deck.
Yeah.
Dude, it was funny too because Duchess was like, we had to get Papa involved because there was a limit of 2 per person.
Oh my god.
So they had to make a separate purchase.
That's hilarious.
So fucking dope though, man. I love it.
They became little disguises, little mustache and glasses.
One more Steam Deck, please. I would like.
Again, they probably don't get paid enough to give a fuck.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, whatever. Just keep buying them, please.
Yeah.
You know what's?
Because like what they bought 3 of them.
They bought 3 Steam Decks. Thank you.
And it was 2.
If you're listening, thank you again.
Yeah. And it was what, 2 maximum, 2 per person, or what was it? 1 per person?
2 per person.
Yeah, so be like, look, just give me the third one, or I'm gonna get my husband to come in here and buy it. Like, it's not that big of a deal.
They're like, good, get your husband. They're like, fine, okay.
I will.
Get in there, Papa.
Yeah. Tell him what's up.
I got
like,
Gabe on the phone.
You're trying to go in and buy like 30 of them, you know? Like you're not obviously not flipping them.
But people were flipping them when they came out. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're selling them for like thousands of dollars,
almost $3,000. Yeah.
Yeah, like they're selling pre-orders for it. Like before it even came out, like people pre-ordered it, like got their spot in line, and they were like selling the pre-orders for a crazy amount of money.
It's so insane.
Yeah.
It's so insane.
Scalpers are fucking pieces of shit.
Yeah. I don't know. It's good when you're on the scalping end, and it's bad when you're on the I can't buy that thing I want end.
Yeah.
I don't know. It really does suck. I honestly it would be great if companies could find a better way to combat all of the bots that just eat all, like, you know, buy up entire inventories instantly.
Right.
There's I follow this guy Serlent Pops. He's a Funko Pop Instagrammer. I wouldn't even call him an influencer. How many followers? He's got 71,000 followers, so he's doing pretty good. I like this guy a lot.
Okay.
But he's actually a One Piece fan. And for some reason, there's not a lot of One Piece Funko Pop figures. And when they come out, like, they all get bought up instantly and then just get scalped. Oh my God. Like the little Luffy in the ship, I think it's like a $25 retail, $30 retail, instantly was like, $200, whatever it's going to be. And he always, like, anytime they, like, make a One Piece announcement or something's going on, he always puts out this big post being like, I never knew there were so many One Piece fans. Or, like, no one's a fan of One Piece until the pop comes out. Or, like, he's pretty much trying to say, like, the actual fans can't get it. Like, it's all the scalpers coming out to get these.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like, all the scalpers be coming out of the woodworks to fuck over the real fans. It's unfortunate.
It's such a shitty thing to do, too. Like, that's really your fucking hustle, is to fuck poor people out of getting shit.
Yeah.
Like, game consoles and fucking Funko Pops. Like, really, man? Really? That's your jam?
Dude, I saw, I think it was on the I'm a Total Piece of Shit subreddit, which I don't know why, but, like, before I go to bed at night, it's crazy fucking videos subreddit, I'm a Total Piece of Shit, and win stupid prizes. Like, I need to, like, embrace the scum of the earth right before I fall asleep. It's this weird, like, fixation I have. I don't know what it is. I guess it's just very stimulating.
Yeah.
And also, like, watching, I don't know, people encounter Karens or, like, just craziness, like, happen in the world, and, like, I'm all, like, tucked under the covers, like, nice and safe. I'm like, all right, cool. This is
Now you watch some fucked up shit.
That's not me. Yeah, the Schadenfreude is just off the charts. I'm a Total Piece of Shit subreddit. Highly recommend. Really great content. It was a posting on Facebook. This guy was like, "Oh, I've got free bottles of Ensure baby formula." Because he had hoarded it during the shortage, and it's just a picture of a closet that is stocked floor to ceiling with formula. And he's like, yeah, it's going to expire in April. I got to get rid of it. So I'm just giving it away for free. I'm like, you piece of garbage. Like, of all the things to scalp, you're going to scalp baby formula?
Yeah, that's like Nestle levels of evil.
You're the worst of the worst. Forget the action figures in the PlayStation. Like, you're as bad as it gets.
Yeah, dude, I can't even imagine going after fucking baby formula as something to scalp. Like, that's fucking low.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking low.
Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe don't go on that subreddit. I'm going through, like, the mental Rolodex of all the shit I've seen in, like, the last 48 hours. It's pretty awful. Maybe don't go on that subreddit.
It's all just really fucked up.
Yeah. Go on like Contagious Laughter subreddit. That's a good one.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's wholesome. Yeah.
Or eye bleach is another good one.
Eye
bleach is a really, really good one.
I don't do enough eye bleach.
Yeah, you gotta do eye bleach and then r/aw. I think it's A with 3 or 4 W's. Just a bunch of cute shit, cute animals and stuff. That's a good one.
Eye bleach.
It's two W's. AWW. Okay. Like, aw. It's got a bunch of real good shit in there. But yeah, eye bleach is a good one.
Oh, I see. So it's like super cute stuff.
Yeah,
it's helping your eyes. See, I thought I was going to need bleach in my eyes after seeing these pictures. No, this is adorable.
This is the bleach for your eyes after you looked at the real fucked up shit.
Okay, yeah.
It'll cleanse. It's a palate cleanser for your eyeballs.
Oh my God. Posted 18 hours ago, a baby red panda opening its eyes for the first time, and the mommy's licking them up and down.
That sounds
he's so furry. Yeah, this is great. Okay.
Yeah, it's great. So you keep this up on, like a different tab, and then you go through all the fucked up shit, and then you come back, you're like, oh God.
Yeah, a lot of cute animals. All right, cool. Yeah, it's a nice palate cleanser for sure.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff. Artisan videos is another good one.
Artisan videos. I don't do artisan videos.
So like we were watching the Korean street food last night.
Mm-hmm.
So artisan videos, it's kind of similar to that. So like it's just videos of people like them working, like doing stuff that like they're just really good at.
Okay.
So like it could be like wood turning or like resin work or like whatever, like stone working or just whatever the fuck, cooking, and it's just people that are just really good at it. And it's typically like framed in like an artsy kind of way. But it just sounds yeah, just watching people that are really good at what they do shit.
All right, I love that. Yeah, I do the oddly satisfying subreddit. Wouldn't
Yeah,
be surprised if
that's
you
a good
find a
one
lot
too.
of reposts there.
For sure. A lot of like wood turning stuff on there
Okay.
because of that. It's got a lot of good potential to be like kind of scritches like the brainstem.
Yeah.
We're like, oh yeah, that's the stuff.
Love that, dude. We
Yeah,
fell down a little rabbit hole of the Japanese street food yesterday.
dude, it looks so good.
Oh my god.
I
The
want it all like right now.
Yeah, dude. Alex and I have been overdoing it with that Japanese barbecue sauce, the Seichaz barbecue sauce. I mean,
Yeah.
we made dinner tonight: chicken strips, carrot sticks, and actually, because I'm a little naughty, we did. I went to Trader Joe's and I got a couple packs of like the hash brown patties. They're so freaking good. It's so like crispy and crunchy.
Oh yeah. The problem is like I have a Trader Joe's, but it's like 30 minutes for me or so. But like my other grocery store is like not even 10 minutes away. So like it's really hard to justify going all the way down to Trader Joe's.
Dude, yeah, we're suffering from the same problem, but where I have to go to COVID test in the city, there's a Trader Joe's like around the corner. So I was like, all
Mhm.
right, like Alex was talking about, she's like, oh, I really want hash browns. And like we didn't have any potatoes. She's like, no, I don't want to like make hash browns. Like I just want like frozen like hash brown patties like ready to go. And I was like, oh, I feel
Yeah.
So I did some of those and then poured Japanese barbecue sauce on those, and they were all we air fried the chicken and the hash browns. It was incredible. It's like a little kid like dinner, but man, it was fucking good.
It sounds incredible.
We're
I've
hitting
seen,
all
like,
the food
TikToks.
groups too.
Yeah, literally. You got your carbs, you got your
Carbs, meat,
potato,
veg, barbecue sauce. There we go.
barbecue sauce.
The pyramid's
yeah.
assembled.
That's the bottom of the food pyramid is the barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
You need the most of that. Or
gotta
how about the food pyramid being so horribly wrong and terrible? Do you know about that?
I've heard about this. I haven't looked at that pyramid in a long time. I've only been looking at diagrams of ancient Egyptian pyramids.
Yeah, it's like the food pyramid that like you were, like born and raised with. Is like so like that type of like not really like dieting, but like following that like food pyramid is horrible for you. Like they tell you to get like 4 servings of bread in like each meal and shit. Like they tell you to eat the craziest shit.
Yeah, dairy's the second thing at the top. Yeah, use sparingly
Yeah.
red meat, butter, refined grains, white bread, rice, pasta, sugary drinks, and sweet salt. Okay.
Yeah.
Next, they're like, you need dairy.
So like not only were the serving amounts were just wildly terrible, but also like they group too many things together. So it's like, this is according to many experts, a pyramid or similar graphic is even the best or most efficient way to depict good dietary guidelines. It also makes much more sense not to lump categories all together, but separate them into categories we should consume more of, eat moderately, or try to avoid. But instead, they're just like, you're putting all dairy or like whatever in like one group. And it's like, well, that's not necessarily the case because like you can have, like a lot of like Greek yogurt or like cottage cheese, which is really high in protein. You can get like low fat if you're trying to avoid fat, but it's also got a lot of good fat in there. But it's like you also don't want to be like drinking like a whole lot of milk. So it's just like there's things like that where like you don't want to be like grouping them in like that. But also just the classic tried and true food pyramid is just terrible.
Also, pretty consistently, I'm seeing the base of these is grains and carbohydrates. Okay. I thought you wouldn't want to overdo it on those.
On carbs?
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely don't. So like that's why you don't want that on like the base.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like they like a super high, like carb heavy diet.
Make sure you're
Not so
doing
great.
a whole loaf of sourdough
Yeah,
with.
take down a whole loaf of sourdough bread with your fucking giant tubs of milk and whatever the fuck else.
I always like crack up when you go to an Italian restaurant and like first thing they do is bring like a whole thing of bread to the table. Like I was already gonna get bread for dinner and possibly bread as an appetizer. Like it's so redundant, but I love it.
It's like going to like Texas Roadhouse and just like eating like 5 baskets of rolls.
Oh yeah, you can't get enough.
Yeah, like they give you this cinnamon butter, and it's like unlimited. Like the rolls are free, and you get like unlimited rolls. It's like you sit down, they give you like a little basket of like warm rolls, and they give you this like cinnamon butter or like honey butter, I think it is. And so you put that on, you're like, oh my god! And so here you are eating like 1,800 calories and bread and honey butter, and you're like, oh right, I ordered a 32-ounce fucking porterhouse and a loaded baked potato. Like fucking hell, dude.
Oh my god! Instead of broccoli, can I get mac and cheese? It'll be $2 extra. That's fine.
That's fine. If there's one thing I needed to go with all of these carbs, was more carbs and dairy.
Mm-hmm. Dude, or the Red Lobster Cheddar Bay biscuits. Dude, last time I was at Red Lobster, I probably ate at least 10 biscuits.
Didn't they put the recipe online?
Pasta. Did they?
Like, I'm pretty sure they did. I'm pretty sure you can just Google the Cheddar Bay biscuit recipe, and I don't think it's that hard to make.
No, yeah, it's biscuits with cheese and some oil. They're fucking good though. You can buy them in the frozen section. I don't know, man. I'm really trying to curb the amount of junk food I'm intaking. Sugar's definitely a big problem for me. Even like after I had dinner tonight, I was like, all right, cool. Gotta get some like M&Ms. Gotta get like a little bit of candy. Or,
like a little bit of candy is not gonna hurt.
I need like a little spike, yeah. Okay, so Duchess and Papa brought us over a care package a couple months ago, like a whole bunch of snacks that we were trying to get through. Yeah, like 90 packs of Oreos. I don't know. They saw Brendan Fraser in The Whale, and they were like, "Why not Brandon? Why can't he look like that?"
Jesus Christ!
If Brendan Fraser had that much success, what about Brandon Elite as The Whale? Light dogs.
Surely, was full light dogs.
They literally 8 packs of Oreos. Like, why did they do this to me? But they also got us. It was a variety pack. It was like the Teddy Grahams, like the little graham cracker snacks. And animal crackers, and then Pokemon animal crackers. It was all in this like box, and I ate the Teddy Grahams first, of course.
Good.
Bro, I've been sleeping on animal crackers for like 32 years.
They're so good.
When did they change the recipe? They're so fucking good.
I think what it is like when you're little, you don't like them because like you're expecting like cookie, and like it's not necessarily like a cookie. Like, it's not as sweet as what you're wanting when you're a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, when you're older, it's, like, just sweet enough. Like, you eat one and you're like, damn, these are better than I remember. And you eat that second one, you're like, damn, these are fucking good. And you just don't stop. You just can't put them down. Yeah, animal crackers are so good. You get, like, a giant, like, barrel of them. It's over.
I really, they, I don't know. Maybe I had some stale ones when I was younger. But I remember having these and just, I used to get them in the little box, right? And I just... Mm-hmm. I wasn't crazy about them, but these are in bags. They're the Barnum's, like Barnum animal crackers.
Yeah, like the OG animal crackers, yeah.
And I'm reading here on, what is this, OrlandoSentinel.com. Is that a reputable source?
I guess so.
The recipe's been modified slightly to include inexpensive baking ingredients that weren't around when the product was invented, such as partially hydrogenated soybean oil. Where's that on the food pyramid? Right at the bottom.
Right at the bottom.
You gotta be eating one fluid cup.
One fluid cup. Oh god. With every meal. Make sure you're drinking with every single meal.
Dude, it's actually really good for a workout too. You ever see guys working out? They'll like shoot a raw egg. Should be shooting hydrogenated soybean oil.
give me a shot glass full of hydrogenated soybean oil.
Lubes up all your muscles. You'll be nice and limber.
Or even better is the
workout.
non-sustainable palm oil. Ugh, so good.
None of it's sustainable.
Fuck them chimpanzees.
Those poor orangutans, man.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
Those videos. I mean, I'm sure the chimpanzees are being affected too.
Yeah.
But I've seen the video of like the orangutan like hitting the bulldozer as it's like knocking over its home.
It's so sad.
It's just not worth it. It's just not fucking worth it. Get rid of the palm oil. I'll suffer. Get rid of the fucking animal crackers. Like, what are we?
But then what are we gonna do about our food pyramid?
You know what?
You can't just this isn't Jenga. You can't just take out a piece of our pyramid. Then what?
Bro, you get oil from something else. What about almonds? They're making milk and they make oil.
It's too sustainable.
Squeeze them really hard. See what comes out.
Too sustainable.
It's too. You're gonna tell me it's too sustainable?
It's too sustainable.
I don't know, man. How much doesn't it take like 90,000 gallons of water to make one almond or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. Almond milk is like the worst alternative milk for the environment that you could be ingesting.
Every time you buy a carton, you are kicking Mother Earth right in the gooch.
Right in the gooch.
How much water? It takes 13.8 gallons of water to make an orange. 1.1 gallon to make one almond.
One almond.
But they're so good.
Crazy.
0.75 gallons to make a pistachio nut.
Pistachio milk sounds like it would be really good, huh?
Okay.
Right? Like I know it exists.
Does
but
it?
Like I've never. Yeah, absolutely. If there's a nut, people have made milk with it.
Not at Stop and Shop, it doesn't.
Oh well, I don't know.
Hang on. Ooh, 3 trees. It's $8 for 28 ounces. Ugh. Pistachio nut milk. And it's
$8 for 28 ounces?
Dude.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
That's horrifying.
Dude, I'll eat 3 bowls of cereal in a day. Like I can't spend $8 a day on fucking nut milk.
How much are unsalted pistachios?
A lot, dude.
Are they?
A lot. Yeah, we missed out on the
Amazon,
pistachio
what you
market.
got? $8 for a 16-ounce bag?
It's a lot. How much for peanuts? Peanuts dirt cheap.
Well, yeah, but you don't want to make peanut milk.
Why not? You're eating peanut butter. Got peanut ice
peanut
cream.
Milk?
You're eating pistachio milk? Pistachios have just such a unique flavor. I don't know what would pair well with that milk.
I don't know. I kind of want to buy some and make some and see how it goes.
Should we do a test? It's $8, dude.
Well, don't buy the milk. Buy the you got like coffee filters. You got some cheesecloth. I mean, hell, even a dish towel. You just throw pistachios and water in a blender, blend the fuck out of it, and then pour it through some coffee filters or even a dish towel.
There's no way this is gonna come out the way that you're thinking it's gonna.
I'm adding pistachios to my shopping list right now.
And for all of our listeners at home, it looks exactly like you think it does.
It's slightly green.
It's pale baby vomit green milk. It looks like if you found this in a regular carton, you wouldn't even give it the smell check. I don't.
Oh, these aren't shelled. I don't know if I want to shell a fucking. How big is this? A big ass bag. A 12-ounce bag of pistachios. It sounds horrifying.
Dude, pro tip: when you're shelling pistachios, grab a half shell and use that as a pry tool to get all the half open ones.
I would use like my thumbnails, and I remember after eating like half a bag, like my thumbs fucking hurt.
Ugh.
Like my nail beds hurt from like prying my nail up, basically, like trying to split the. I was like, I would just like touch my thumbnails and be like, "Ow."
Dude,
I'm bruised.
I stubbed my toe this morning, and the pinky, the nail on my pinky toe like raised up too far.
Off.
First of all, I thought it was gone, but there was this second where I was like, I'm gonna have to call out of work today. Like, I think this is it. What am I gonna do about this pinky toe now? It was okay. It hung on. But yeah,
okay,
no, that was rough.
Unsalted, no shell pistachios on Amazon, 1 pound bag for $22.
Ugh.
That's a lot.
It's a lot of money to spend on nuts.
It is.
I'll eat a pound of pistachios, dude. 2 days, 3 days. They're so good.
All right, here's the real question: a pistachio milk recipe. How much pistachio milk can I make out of a 1 pound bag of pistachios?
It's gonna be like
Okay,
a 6-ounce glass.
So this says, go away, pop-ups. I also hate how the start of every food recipe talks about like the author's life story, and then like all this other. It's like, just give me the fucking recipe, dude. I promise you, I don't care. All right, 1 cup of pistachios, 4 cups water.
Okay.
So, how many cups in a 1 pound bag?
I'm gonna say like 3, 4.
Well, a cup is what, 8 ounces, right?
Sure.
I don't know. I don't know what the cost per dollar or cost per nut is gonna end up being.
It's gonna be
But
too much for a
I'll do
glass
it.
of milk for sure.
I'm gonna do it. We're gonna make pistachio milk, and we're gonna give it.
It
the old
is
college try.
8 fluid ounces per cup. Nice job, bro.
Look at me go. And then what? 16 ounces to a pound.
Mm-hmm.
Is that how that works?
That one.
So 2 cups. So that's 8 cups of pistachio milk for $22.
You know what? All right, I'll join you in this endeavor. I'll swing by Wegmans tomorrow on my way home, and I'll get a 1 pound bag of pistachios. You know what? I'm
Hell
gonna
yeah.
get 2 1 pound bags, one to snack
One
on,
for eating,
the other one
for
to
milking.
prove to you. One for eating, one for milking.
One for milking.
And you know what? I'm not gonna do self checkout. I'm gonna wait online with the cashier, and when she rings up the bag of pistachios, I'm gonna let her know they're for milking.
So you gotta let her know. I'm gonna eat that one. I'm gonna milk that one.
And we'll see what the reaction is from a
She's
girl
gonna give you
just
a
trying to
slight,
get through life.
Yeah, she's gonna give you a slight yeah, cool, I guess.
Yeah,
Thanks
great.
for telling me that. I needed to know that.
Hey, you know what? Maybe she'll be personable. Maybe she'll be like, "Oh, do you really make your own milk?" Be like, "No, but I'm gonna try tonight."
I'm gonna try it. I feel like pistachio milk would be good.
It's a very interesting nut. Like just by itself, unsalted, it's kind of a unique flavor. How do you even describe a pistachio flavor?
I don't know.
I'm trying
hard.
to like picture it right now. I got my eyes
Like
closed.
if you never had a pistachio, like I don't know how I would convey what a pistachio tastes like to somebody.
See, I want to say salty, but I don't know if the last time I had pistachios they were salted.
Right.
Like the memory that stands out, salty. A nutty texture for sure. I don't know. You know what? We're gonna experience it, and we'll talk about it next week.
Just remember, it's important that they're not salted pistachios.
Yes, of course.
You don't want salty milk.
That's not gonna go well with my cinnamon toast crunch.
No, it won't.
Okay, so as I'm scrolling through Reddit, have you seen the advertisement for the Mayas, the new Maya Rudolph M&Ms?
No.
Are these real? I think they're real.
Oh God, I hope not.
I'm almost positive these are real. Yeah. Is branding genius? Okay, so instead of M&M, they're Mayas, M-A, ampersand, Y-A apostrophe S. And they come in 3 designs, the Ma, the Ya, and an actual printed picture of Maya Rudolph on the M&Ms.
I think I hate that.
It's I mean, hey, they have just doubled down on the Maya Rudolph, so I appreciate that, and good for her. And it also tells me that they've had this in the works for a long time. Like they didn't announce this last Thursday.
Well, yeah, they had to get all their supply chain, like their manufacturing. They had to get all that ready to print pictures of Maya Rudolph on these little tiny M&Ms. That's not a quick and easy thing.
Not at all. This has been in the works for months, at least.
I love that they were like, wait, y'all thought they were too sexy? Fine, here's a picture of a grown woman.
Already sold out? Is this true? Our new Lady Awesome is giving people just what they want. More Maya. with new candy designs and a new name already sold out. Already sold out? Is that for real? Did they make peanut Mayas?
Crazy. Yeah, are they going to keep all the same M&Ms, but they're just all going to be Maya Rudolph?
Is this a limited time thing?
Surely it must
Why
be.
Maya Rudolph?
I don't know.
Did she have a
really
connection with M&M? Does she make her own candy chocolates? What's the deal?
I wish I knew, but I'm so glad it's her, because again, the people that were so upset about the sexy M&Ms, I feel like are the people that aren't going to be receptive of her being the face of the candy, and I love it.
I mean, yeah, I sound like I'm being salty. I love Maya Rudolph. She's great in everything she does. Very interesting. Who would have made a good second choice? Post Malone.
Ooh, yeah.
Dude, get the little M&Ms with like the tats all over them. Like little M&Ms, and you could print like grills.
Stop talking. We need to get with legal before we continue to put this genius idea out there.
Idea.
Yeah, just shut the fuck up. Nobody steal that idea. That's our idea.
We'll call them Maloney's.
Oh, M and Malone. I don't know.
Maloney's actually a sports bar and grill. Are you fucking serious? Oh my god.
He's also an actor on Law and Order. So
oh no.
Be careful.
Oh yeah, that's right. Christopher Maloney. Oh, so I think they all spell it 3 different ways. Oh, Maloney's has a Y. All right, I think we're gonna be in the clear. Malone's, we call them posties. You know, we gotta talk to Post first before we start branding.
We gotta get in touch with Posty.
Yeah. Can I also say, after all this fucking M&M talk, I was in Stop and Shop and they had the giant like 1 pound bags of M&Ms on sale.
Mm-hmm.
It took a great amount of willpower not to walk out of that store with several pounds of M&Ms.
They're so good.
And they had them in every flavor, dude. The Mayas.
Peanut M&Ms are next level.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to keep an eye out for these Mayas. If I could snag a bag, I will.
Snag a bag of Mayas, dude. Let us know how they are.
Get a little taste of Maya. Put a little Maya in your mouth.
Hey,
I think she shot a commercial. Is there a commercial?
I feel like there must be, right?
If they don't say put a little Maya in your mouth, huge missed opportunity. There is a commercial.
Already.
I love M&Ms, and you and I love me.
The
data proves it. That's why I'm happy to announce that soon America's favorite chocolate candies will have a picture of yours truly painted right on them. I love eating my own face.
All right, that was pretty funny. She says, I love eating my own face. Okay. Yeah, that was pretty good. Yep. That's fine. You nailed it.
Wait, it's a Super Bowl commercial?
Okay. Isn't the Super Bowl like 2 weeks away?
Yes. Isn't it like the end of February?
February 12th, 2 weeks.
Oh, 12th. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the fucking Chiefs and the fucking Eagles. What a terrible day for NFL fans.
Dude, those Philly fans are gonna go wild.
Ugh, fucking hate Philly fans, dude.
Dude, what? The poor city of Philadelphia has no. I mean, I take it back. They know what's coming.
No, they know. Yeah, they won a Super Bowl a couple years ago.
Dude, I remember seeing the videos of people just like trashing the city afterwards.
Fucking hilarious. Like why do you trash your city when you win? That's crazy.
They're excited, man. I saw a great video. I forget where it was. It was these people standing on top of a bus stop, and they're all like celebrating. They fall through the bus stop.
Oh my god.
They were fine. You know, they fell like, what is it, like 8 feet? They were fine. They were slow to get up for sure, but it was pretty great. Nice wake-up call for them.
They were slow to get up. They got there eventually. It's fine.
Dude, what about the video of the guy with the sword who was going to cut the watermelon on the glass table?
Did I see that one?
Dude, it was on Unusual Memes last night. This guy has like Melania's sword. It's this massive curved blade. that's like 6 feet in length, and there's a watermelon on top of a glass table. And
Incredible.
he put all his force into that swing.
You remember that one? It's an oldie where like a guy's got like a bunch of coconuts like in a row, and he's trying to like karate chop them with his hand to break them open. He like hits the first one, and then he just proceeds to like whiff like every single one afterwards. But like what they were resting on was like this like metal like track, and so he was basically
raised
just, like,
edges.
Yeah, like he's just karate chopping like this raised like steel beam over and over and over again. It's like that dude's hand must have been like in pieces.
Well, yeah, why did he do that? He couldn't even break one coconut.
Yeah, like he just immediately begins to fail repeatedly, and he just keeps trying until his hand just gives out.
Yeah, I remember the news anchor felt pretty awful for him too.
Yeah, they're like, "Yo, you good?" Like, everyone's like, "Oh God!" Oh,
all right, okay, all right.
Crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. Karate's not all it's cracked up to be.
It's really not. Stick to something cool like fucking. Fuck. I forgot the joke I was gonna make.
Damn,
there's a martial art that everyone makes fun of. It was gonna be that one.
Nunchucks?
No.
Nunchucks do be looking pretty silly.
They do be looking pretty silly. You ever seen Bruce Lee with a pair of nunchucks? Crazy.
He was pretty nasty. I have a pair of wooden nunchucks that I don't fuck around with. I used to, like, when I was in karate as a kid, we had foam nunchucks, and we learned like some nunchuck katas, and like it was a good time because it's so fast, and it's just like it's a fun thing to do. Yeah. And as I got older, I was like, I'm gonna buy a pair of like wooden nunchucks, and I'm gonna like relearn all that stuff. Like, I want to be nasty with nunchucks. I might have been like 22 at the time, and this was like a good idea. And I bought a pair of wooden nunchucks, and I started practicing in my room. And I literally, like, I put it behind my back and went to catch it, and that wooden nunchuck slapped me in the palm of my hand, and I thought I broke my own hand. That's why I put the nunchucks down, and I never touched them again. It's a great way to break a bone or give yourself a concussion. It's just a wooden club you're whipping around your face as fast as possible.
There's a TikTok of a guy like fucking flinging around like these nunchucks, and he hits himself like right in the bridge of the nose.
Oh.
But when he does it, like you hear this like donk, like just like a real quick like smack on the nose, and he just keeps going, like he doesn't stop.
Oh.
It's like, bro, that shit hurt. What the fuck,
dude? Good, good for him. He trained himself well.
He trained himself not to flinch when he fucking nails himself in the face.
True samurai do not feel pain. He definitely cried after the video, though. There's no doubt.
Yo, do you remember that movie Ninja Assassin?
Yeah, I saw it on Christmas Day.
Fuck, what a
was
good
that?
movie.
2008, 2009.
We gotta watch that sometime soon.
I mean, the plot was pretty terrible, but the action was top tier.
Top tier.
I remember I went to go see that.
Classic.
I'm down to watch it. I saw it with Matt Christmas night, and I think I used to have the ticket. I wonder if I still have it, because the way it was printed, it said Ninja Ass on it, because it couldn't fit Assassin. And that was hilarious.
The movie's got a 26% on Rotten Tomatoes. How dare they?
That sounds right.
How dare?
No, dude, the plot was terrible.
No, fuck that. It's got a 4.7 out of 5 on Google. Yo, Google knows what's up. Fuck Rotten Tomatoes.
Dude, a bunch of Ninja Assassin simps out here.
Dude, it's so good.
It was like, the action was good.
When that shit came out, 2009, ugh. Maybe that's why I loved it so much. We have to rewatch it again. We got to see if it holds up.
Okay. All right, let's do it. I also want to rewatch Priest with the guy who plays Vision, Paul Bettany.
I don't think I've seen that.
Oh, it was good. What was this, 2011? I didn't even know Carl Urban was in this. Christopher Plummer. It's like vampires took over the world, and these priests fight them. It's a good movie. I think it's based off a comic or something.
Yeah, like a graphic novel.
Mm-hmm. Loosely based off a Korean comic of the same name. Young Min-woo.
The CG looks surprisingly good for a 2011 movie.
It was cool. The vampires are like these.
Like the monsters look really cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Paul Bettany's
they were like bat
cross-shaped.
human, disgusting hybrid.
Yeah,
creatures,
and Paul
yeah.
Bettany's throwing around fucking crucifix shaped like ninja stars.
Mm-hmm.
Those shit looks lit.
There's this one great scene where he's trying to help this like regular dude, and he's like Paul Bettany's prepping, he's carving the crucifix into a bunch of like bullet heads. The guy's like, I thought priests didn't use guns. We don't. These are for you.
What a good line.
It was a good movie.
Yeah, like the effects on like the vampire, like the monsters, looks surprisingly really well done.
Dude, let's do a mid 2000 action movie run.
I'm down.
Could be good. We'll do Ninja Ass. We'll do Priest. What else was good? Oh, we should do Dredd.
I've never
The
actually
Judge
seen
Dredd movie. Bro, Matt and I watched it a year ago, and I was blown away by how good it was.
Everyone says like it's actually really good.
I've never been a Judge Dredd fan. I've seen bits
Same.
and pieces of the fucking Sylvester Stallone and Rob Schneider movie, which was fucking ridiculous.
Sylvester Stallone and Rob Schneider.
Yeah, I think it was like 1991, maybe.
What?
Yeah, it was a long time ago. 1995. Wow, it looks
Damn.
dated even for 95. But Judge Dredd with Carl Urban and the actress who plays Cersei in Game of Thrones.
Okay.
It's a good freaking movie, man. Lena Headey.
Oh right, yeah, that's her name.
Yeah,
I'm
like
down.
simple
What did-
plot, crazy over the top action. Carl
Jumpy
Urban kills it.
mentioned doing one more movie before World War II movies. Do you remember what she said?
Nope.
Me
Damn
neither.
it.
It was something that I was like down to see.
Yeah.
So, like, I was cool with
nothing's
that.
coming to mind. We just watched The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent with your boy
How was
Nicolas
that, by the
Cage.
way?
I
What'd you
enjoy
think?
it. Honestly, it was like a fun movie. It was I thought it was pretty good. It was predictable, but like it was fun. It was like kind of violent but weirdly lighthearted. Pedro Pascal's great. Nicolas Cage plays Nicolas Cage. I thought it was pretty good. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
It was a good movie. We got a nice opportunity because you were away on business. So we got to watch a Nicolas Cage film. That's like the only opportunity we'll get to do that. So.
God, I hate Nicolas Cage so much.
But what about National Treasure?
National Treasure is great.
Okay.
I'll watch National
All
Treasure.
right. We could still be friends.
Yeah,
That's good.
I fuck with that. It's just like I don't know. Like I'll watch National Treasure and I'll watch the first
Don't say Ghost Rider.
fucking Ghost Rider.
Damn it.
Damn it.
I mean,
I
that's
remember the first one actually being like okay.
but that
I know the second one's dog shit.
Oh yeah. But like Nicolas Cage really gives a Nicolas Cage performance in both of those. So it's hard. I feel like National Treasure, he dials it back a little bit.
National Treasure is like easily the most like bearable version of Nicolas Cage.
I like Nicolas Cage. He's
like
got
a
his
scale of 1
style,
to
and he
10?
makes no apologies for it.
Like a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being like Wicker Man. Like National Treasure comes in at like a 2. I feel like, you know.
Okay, yeah, on the Cage scale.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I feel like right in the middle is Kick-Ass. I feel like that's like a good 5.
He goes real Nicolas Cage at the end when he's tied to the chair and they're burning him alive.
yeah.
He goes
He goes full
so
Wicker Man.
Nicolas Cage. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I'm a fan. I like him. I like that he's never tried to make like I don't know, he's never tried to deny who he is. Like he he seems like a very weird, and he's got like a weird and eccentric like acting style, and that's what he brings to the table, and like that's what his career's just like been built around.
I feel like that's what I hate. Like it definitely seems like he takes like whatever he's like given. Like it doesn't feel like he stops to like consider taking like, I don't know, like good roles. Like his agent's like, hey Nick, I got a movie done. I'm in. And like, you don't want to hear it? No, it's a movie. I'm in.
Dude, have you ever seen Next with Nicolas Cage?
Yeah, terrible.
In 2007, we should watch this for our 100th movie night. We should watch Next.
Oh God,
I saw this on a plane. Where was I? I think I was coming home from Italy, and my mom and I sat next to each other, and we laughed the whole way through. So Nicolas Cage, he plays this. I don't know what the fuck he is, a private eye. Who cares?
That's just the one where he can see like 2 seconds into the future.
Yeah,
or some shit like that. Yeah,
but he's got this like dumb yellow leather jacket on, and
his hair looks stupid.
He's got long hair, but he's also got like, he's like balding, but he's got long hair. He kind of looks like a carny. Yeah, exactly.
That's the best. That's the best scene in the whole movie. Ah.
Oh my God, it's so bad.
Like, not only is the person not aiming at him, he still dodges it anyway. Oh God. Yeah, the meme potential in that movie is next level.
It was it was horrible.
Like, imagine letting him shoot a movie with that hairline.
Julianne Moore and Jessica Biel.
Yeah.
Oof. You ever seen the pictures of Nicolas Cage in the Superman suit?
Yeah, dude, there's a video of him trying it on.
Oh shit.
You haven't seen the video?
I haven't seen the video. I've seen the photos though. And I'm glad that didn't happen.
I don't think many people understand how genuinely close we got to a Nicolas Cage Superman movie. Like, he screen tested it. Like, they made the suit for him. They screen tested him as Superman.
Well, that's why you test things, right?
He made it so close. We got so close. Like, in this video, he looks like what's his name? Who plays Loki? Tom Hiddleston.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like Tom Hiddleston as Loki, pretending to be Tommy Wiseau from The Room, pretending to be Superman.
Yeah, he's still got like the Con Air hair. He's got like that super long hair.
Yeah, like he's got like the Loki Tommy Wiseau look going on.
In a super muscular Superman suit in
and
a hotel room with Tim Burton.
It's made out of like super thick, like rubber.
Yeah, like glossy, reflective rubber. Oh God.
Like, that's the Superman movie we almost got.
And then we would have got Batman and Robin with George Clooney right after too.
Oh my God, dude. Nicolas Cage is the Superman. Ugh. Oh God.
I'm not even a big I'm not a Superman fan, and I'm glad Superman fans didn't have to suffer through that.
Yeah. I feel like Superman is pretty like boring.
Yeah.
Like, he has no real like counters. Like, he's as strong as he needs to be in any given fight.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fine, I guess, but like, I don't know. Like, he doesn't really leave much to to kind of like write.
Like, again, I'm not a big DC fan or Superman fan, but I feel like the appeal of Superman for me is that he attracts like the worst villains. Like Darkseid, Doomsday, Brainiac, like he attracts the best of the worst, and that's pretty fucking cool. And their fights level cities. Like, I'm in for the destruction and the violence, but as a character, doesn't really have a lot going on. He's very one track. Not a ton of levels.
There's a version of Superman where he's called, I think it's like Superman Prime, or like Superman Prime. They did a run called DC 1 million. And the story is, he leaves Earth somewhere in the late 21st century when everyone he cared about has died, and he traversed the entire like DC universe, like the whole multiverse, going beyond time and space, and has been said to have reached as far as heaven and hell themselves. and he becomes so strong that like he can basically like he can see and hear like through dimensions. He's got like it's just like all of like the powers he has are like turned up to like a bajillion. And it's like he just becomes like a god. Like he's literally immortal and he's just like a god.
He's glowing gold.
Yeah.
The golden Superman. Okay.
Yeah, it's just like his powers are just like he can see and hear like just across dimensions and all sorts of crazy shit.
So whatever
And so
happens
it's
to
just
that
like-
Superman?
I don't know. I don't think I've read that run before.
Okay.
So I don't know how that whole arc plays out. Like maybe he flies into a black hole and just I don't know. Dies.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, they just sort of like they just make him as strong as he needs to be. And so it's just like it kind of reminds me of like if you ever watch the Flash TV show on the CW, like they make him lose in like the dumbest ways. And it's like they kind of have to because you can't like just the Flash as a character is just super broken. And like even in comics, like you can't really write like the only way for you to write him losing a fight is like just some really stupid like MacGuffin because of how fast he is canonically. And so it's like, you know, him getting like sucker punched happens a lot in the TV show.
Okay.
And it's like he can react before your brain even puts together like the idea of thinking about firing a neuron. Like he can react. So it's like getting sucker punched is silly.
Yeah.
It's absolutely silly.
He's distracted, man. He's got stuff going on.
But yeah, so like that's what they have to like that's how they have to justify it. It's like, oh, he's distracted or caught off guard.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, come on.
I'm never crazy about superhero movies where the entire plot revolves around the superhero losing his powers and then getting them back.
Yeah,
we see that a lot. I think it's kind of lazy writing.
It's a very common trope.
Yeah.
This meme that I sent you is a classic one that I always like to go back to. So the top screenshot is from a panel of one of the comic runs. And so he quote says, I can think at the speed of light. I can perceive events that last for less than an attosecond. I can run faster than time. What do I see when I run across the country, Superman? I see everything and everyone. And so someone's breaking down what an attosecond is, and it's like 10 to the minus like 20 something seconds. And so it's so it says it's fucking impossible for the human mind to imagine just how fucking short of a time frame that is. So let me give you some comparisons. 12 attoseconds is the shortest measurable period of time. In a single second, light can circle around the Earth 7.5 times. In a single attosecond, light would barely manage to move from one end of a molecule to the other end. If you could perceive the world in that speed, even light would appear frozen to you. 1 attosecond is to 1 second what the size of an atom is to the size of the entire planet times 100. If you were an immortal living in that time frame, you would live out the entire age of the universe in the time it would take a normal person to blink.
What the
fuck? And he said he can perceive events that last less than an attosecond.
I mean, he's got to be embellishing a little bit.
I mean, maybe. But like, you know, when you put that down like on paper in comics, like if you canonize that, like now you see what you've written yourself into. Like now you see like the problem you have.
Yeah, you made a
beat
god.
the Flash?
Yeah.
Like you can't. So it's like, you know, shit like that. Or like I think I want to say it was Crisis on Infinite Earths, I think it was, where he has to race somebody who can teleport, and he races across the universe faster than somebody that could teleport instantaneously. So like he's faster than instant teleportation. Like that shit.
Okay.
Yeah. So like it's just like how do you write the Flash losing in comics? Surprise, a lot of the times he loses access to the Speed Force.
Well, he's still human. Oh yeah, loses his powers, Spider-Man style, Batman style,
or like whatever else.
Yeah. Or, you know, he's still human, so he's got distractions and he's got weaknesses through that.
Yeah. I know a lot of people, so I know you're not really into DC too much, but I know
or some tripwire.
Tripwire, yeah.
Yeah.
Just yeah, just running at the
Wrapping
speed
around
of
two
light, you hit a
trees.
fucking tripwire.
He cuts your
Whoopsie-daisy.
ankles clean off.
Yeah, you just keep running on like nubs, and you're like, "Ah, why do these hurt?" You look down, and you ain't got no legs, like Lieutenant Dan. But in they did one of the DC runs was the New 52, and they did a Justice League run in the New 52, and so that's where Batman becomes the god of knowledge. Like Superman becomes the god of strength. Shocker. And so basically what happens is Darkseid dies, and him dying leaves such a big power vacuum that like all aspects of the universe need like new gods. And so like power itself just starts to seek out like new hosts, essentially.
Okay.
So that's how Superman ends up becoming the god of strength. Batman becomes the god of knowledge by he gets access to Mobius's like infinite knowledge chair, and then the Flash becomes the god of death. But for I think it's either for speedsters specifically, or he just like becomes death. He becomes the Black Racer, I think is what he's called.
Okay.
And so like he just becomes this like, you know, his suit's all black and he's like looks like a fucking skeleton, and he's got like fucking Oscar Pistorius blade feet, you know, kind of thing.
That sounds kind of cool.
Yeah,
The blade
so,
feet,
like,
not the Oscar Pistorius part.
Yeah, he shot his girlfriend. It was really fucked up. But yeah, so he basically becomes his job to run down speedsters who are avoiding death. It's like that's a big trope with speedsters. They can run faster than death.
Okay.
And so it's like his job to like chase down people and kill them because he becomes death. And it's supposed to be ironic because he's so bent on like saving people. And they're like, nope, your job is to hunt down those that you love and make sure they die. And shit like that. But it's people largely didn't really like the New 52 like reboot, but the Justice League run was really cool. I really liked it.
That's cool.
And we get the coolest Batman arguably probably ever. So
yeah, you've told me about that before. I would like to go back and read The Court of Owls. I used to enjoy Batman comics. I don't read a ton of comics anymore.
Court of Owls is good. You should also do Green Lantern has a few really good runs. They have the Brightest Day, and there's a separate Blackest Night run, which is really cool. New 52 Green Lantern is cool because they introduce, I think in that same run we get two new Green Lanterns. Who's
the red ring cat you like?
Dexter.
I think I could get down on some Dexter. I can't read too many comics. I think I like Batman because they're usually pretty gruesome and like it's a little more grounded. I don't know. Sometimes comics lose me a little bit.
There's some really good Red Lantern runs that I think you might enjoy.
Yeah, I'd be interested. I know Court of Owls is supposed to be really freaking good when Batman falls prey to that like ninja society.
Yeah, I still also really want to read the Batman Who Laughs.
Yeah, oh, that looks messed up.
That one looks really gross. I still haven't read it, even though I love all the art in it. Looks
the
great.
Joker's got that leather gimp suit. You can't see his eyes. You can only see like his like torn, bloody mouth.
Yeah, like it's super fucked. Like, it's super dark.
And he's got those two like young Robins on like chain leashes, and they look like gremlins. They've got serrated teeth. It's really fucked.
Yeah, isn't it like the Joker creates? It's like a fucking zombie virus, but it like turns you into the Joker basically. Like it's like an infection that like turns people into the Joker, like really gross version of the Joker.
Yeah, this looks really messed up.
Yeah,
I would also
really
like to read this. Yeah.
Yeah. There's but yeah, like the new Green Lanterns that we got with the New 52 was one of them was his name's Simon Baz, and he's Muslim. I think he's like black and Muslim, which is cool.
Okay.
And his like introduction is like he like how he gets the ring is I think he like, you know, he gets in trouble a lot for like petty crime and whatnot, and he ends up like boosting a car. Like he steals like a truck or like a van or some shit, and then he finds that like it's loaded with explosives. Like he stole it from like some terrorist group that was gonna like bomb.
Ooh, that's
like
unlucky.
Something. Yeah. And so he like hops in, like he sees that like the bomb's like armed or whatever, And so he ends up like he has to like drive it, like he doesn't want to kill people, so he drives it to like, I don't know, some like power station or like, I don't know, just some building, and he like bails out of it, and then like blows up, and like so he gets pinned as like for being like the person behind the terrorist attack.
Oof.
And then so during the interrogation, the Green Lantern ring finds him, and it's like, Simon Baz of Earth, like you show great willpower, like you're the new Lantern, and it like attaches to him and it like breaks him out of jail basically, which
Okay.
again doesn't look very good. But then like what was really cool about like his whole origin was his brother, I think it was, had gotten, I think it was like they used to run together a lot and like like steal cars and shit. And I think it was something like they got in, like a really bad accident when they were stealing a car, and his brother, or it's like his brother-in-law gets he gets like put into a coma, like he gets really hurt, and he's been comatose for like years or something like that.
Oof.
And so he gets the lantern ring, the Green Lantern ring, and there was like another Green Lantern. He's the squirrel Green Lantern from like some other planet. Like he ends up like showing up, and he's teaching Simon like how to use the ring. So he's like, "Oh, you got the power ring? Like really?" And so he's like having to teach him. He's like, "It's really like snarky squirrel," and he's a Green Lantern.
Okay.
And so he's teaching Simon like how to like channel his willpower to like use the ring. And he's like, "You could do whatever like you have the willpower to do." And he goes, "Great, I want to go." And he like goes to the hospital, and he tries to like wake up like his brother or brother-in-law or whatever. And I forget the squirrel dude's name, but he's like, I'm really sorry. Like that's
Chip?
not
CH
probably.
apostrophe P.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, little squirrel dude.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's like explaining to him, he's like, I'm really sorry. Like this is super fucking sad. And he goes, but I'm sorry, that's just not how it works. Like you can't use willpower to like heal people or like bring them back from the dead, like whatever. And so like he tries again, like he keeps trying. He's like really upset that he's like, fuck you, I'm still gonna keep trying. And he gets really upset that it's like not working. And like Chip's just getting like sadder and sadder. He's like, Simon, I'm so sorry. Like he's like, just stop. And then all of a sudden, like his brother like wakes up. So he like wills him out of the coma. And Chip was like, wait, what? That's fucking impossible. Like how the fuck? And you're like, oh, that's tight. That's cool. But
Damn,
it's just
you
like
got
this really
power.
like heavy moment of him like, you can't do that. And he goes, fucking watch me. And he just fucking does it.
He just like squeezes his ring really hard.
Yeah,
He like touch the ring
it,
like against him.
he gives it more, and he ends up waking up.
Gives him a sweet little kiss.
Yeah, a little smoochy. That reminds me of what was it, Daniel Tosh's like bit. He's like, how does Superman fly faster? He goes, look, I get he can fly, fine, whatever, he can fly, cool. But how does he fly faster? Like, is it more like he kind of puts his hands out? He's like, is it more like, what do you like? What is it? How do you fly faster? This is so funny. That's all the bit is. Because how does he fly faster?
You gotta think harder.
Yeah, you got to think faster. Like what? How do you? You can extend your arms a little more. Like is it like a throttle? Like how does that work?
That's how he does it.
Yeah, you just go faster.
You gotta kick your feet.
Yeah,
when you're swimming.
Like you're swimming. Yeah.
Dude, sometimes I forget when I'm swimming that you gotta use your feet. Like I'm just all arms and my feet are just like chilling, just like
and
gliding.
You just completely gas your arms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a nice upper body workout.
Yeah.
Legs are relaxing. Nice aquatic experience.
Yeah, so we get Simon Baz and then Jessica Cruz is the other one. She's like, I think she's Mexican. She's Spanish of some descent. And she has like crazy, like crippling, like anxiety. But she gets the fucking green power ring, which is cool. And so it's like a whole thing of like her, like battling her, like her like crippling anxiety, but also having enough willpower to wield the power ring. And so she's got some cool runs as well.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, DC's got great.
I like her character design. She's got like a lantern cool tattoo over her right eye.
Yeah, over her eye. So instead of like the full mask, it's just like she gets like a little Green Lantern monocle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's cool. Well done, DC. New characters.
DC's got some great characters.
Like it.
I still think probably the saddest one is his name's Cobalt Blue. And I might have told you about it before, but he's also a speedster, and he's one of the Flash's villains. And like the whole origin of him is um he ends up being Barry's like brother. And so like the story is this lady in some really small town shows up to like their local hospital or whatever, like she's in labor. And another lady shows, so there's two people show up, they're in like active labor and like they need to give birth like now. And it was a really like quiet, like a really slow night. So like the doctor had sent like, basically everybody home essentially. It's a super small town. And so these two mothers come in actively like in labor, and like there's not enough people. And so like they end up like calling, I guess, like the main doctor or whatever, but he had been drinking that night. And like he couldn't really like, he just like wasn't operating correctly. Like he wasn't, he's impaired. So he shows up, and one of the mothers gives birth to twins. The other mother gives birth to one baby. And in the whole, fiasco of him being drunk, he's inebriated, not doing very well, and him being like effectively alone, like he's the only one like on staff. And he has to do like emergency like delivery. The mother that came in to deliver the single like child, the baby was born stillborn. And then so what he ended up doing was to not tell that first one, the first mother, that she gave birth to a stillborn baby. He takes one of the twins from the other mother and gives it to her without saying anything, and he goes, "Here's your baby."
Well, that sounds illegal, right?
And then absolutely, and then he tells the mother that gave birth to the twins, he told her that one of them was stillborn. And so they both get babies. And what you end up finding out is the twins were Barry Allen and this other guy that grows up to be Cobalt Blue, who ends up becoming a speedster villain of Barry Allen. But it's his twin brother that he didn't know about and his mom didn't know about. And it's like, that's such a fucked up like intro or like origin story. Yeah. And so he ends up becoming like a big speedster villain of the Flash. And it's just like DC is full of so many just like super fucked up, like really dark like characters and villains. But they're all like so cool. They have such cool like heroes and villains.
Yeah, dude, they've got a huge fan base. I hope they could get the movies together, honestly.
Yeah.
No, they got James Gunn. I'm sure it's gonna be back on track. Suicide Squad was great.
So funny you should say that. Did you hear that Zachary Levi is apparently anti-vax?
Yeah, I mean, what did he tweet out? He's tweeted some questionable stuff.
So yeah, the thing that I saw the other day was like, so one of which like somebody tweeted like, oh, like who here thinks that like Moderna is like, like evil, is like some shit like that.
Oh, Pfizer's some global
some global shadow cabal or whatever the fuck.
Pfizer's the real danger to the world, and Levi tweeted hardcore
agree. Yeah, I was like, ugh. There's like that, and then apparently like that's not Zachary Levi's like not his real name, and like he changed it to sound more Jewish to like get more roles, or like less Jewish, one of the two. And then he's complaining about not getting roles because of him being Jewish, or like something like that. Like he had some like really problematic like shit with that. And he's apparently aligns himself with some of the more far right, allegedly.
Okay.
And it's like, damn, the DC like live action cast like just can't stop putting their foot in their mouths.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Letitia Wright was doing the same thing pre Black Panther 2. Didn't she end up deleting her Twitter or Instagram, whatever it was?
It was either that or she ended up deleting a whole bunch of posts or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I'm still kind of like 50-50 on that whole thing. Like, I mean, yeah, like you keep your views, whatever. I guess the best case scenario is she apologizes and just shuts the fuck up about it.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened too. And then everybody enjoyed the movie.
Yeah, like her PR team was like, just shut up. Just stop saying your political views on Twitter. And she listened, and everyone just kind of forgot, which is unfortunate. But at the same time, I guess that's the best case scenario.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
mean, hey,
know.
they have a right to do that, you know? Like you've got to I don't know. I don't know if he elaborated on that tweet. When did he send this? Oh,
I don't think he did
this was
either.
January 29th. This was yesterday.
This is yesterday? Oh
This
my
was
god. I thought
yesterday.
it was like further back. Jesus
I thought
Christ.
so too. So this is
Yeah.
yesterday. I mean, so the whole thing was Pfizer was going to raise the price of the vaccine from $110 to $130.
Hmm.
Right? So there's been some a little bit of outrage following that. So
Okay, well maybe I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, and that's what he was commenting on. Was them increasing the
the
price of the
real danger
vaccine?
to the world. Yeah, I mean,
I hope
he
that's
should
the
probably
case.
specify. Is he just
Yeah.
angry towards big pharma, or is he just angry about the vaccine, or I don't
Yeah,
know.
but I was also hearing that people were saying that he, he's aligned with a lot of like far right politicians and whatnot, or like
Okay.
like far right beliefs. So I don't know is the thing, and it would be unfortunate if that were the case.
I feel bad for far left Shazam fans. Right?
Yeah,
They're the ones who are really hurting here.
really hurting. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Yeah, a celebrity would have to say some really stupid shit for me to not want to see their movie. Like I could kind of separate the two.
It's hard when it comes down to shit like that, because it's like you have this really big platform, and the more like you're speaking out against like stuff like that, like it makes it easier for people to be like, yeah, I'm just not going to get vaccinated, and like
I mean,
it
but
really fucks shit up
if
that
you're
way.
getting your medical advice from Zachary Levi,
Oh well, of course, absolutely.
you've probably got some other serious problems going on too.
Sure, but it's like the same thing that people that listen to Joe Rogan for fucking COVID treatment advice. Like, yeah, if you're listening to him, like you're you got bigger fish to fry. Like you have other problems, but like that still doesn't address the fact that like he's the cause of people sucking down horse paste and not getting vaccinated.
Is it? I don't
So
know.
it's like,
There were more ivermectin outspoken people before Rogan. I'm not trying to
like,
defend Rogan.
I'm not putting all the blame on him either, but like when you live in that echo chamber and like those are the people that you're listening to, it's another shingle on the roof of you building your case against modern medicine and like
Mhm.
calling science fake. It's like, oh, Joe Rogan says that, fucking Andrew Tate says that, fucking Alex Jones, my boy, says that. So it's like as you're getting like more and more hard air quote credibility to your very incorrect assumptions about medicine and public health and all that. It's
Mhm.
like, man, you gotta cut the cord at some point and get away from that shit.
It's also like it's weird because if you have these views, and as an actor in one of these giant superhero movies, you've got a big platform. So now you've got this conflict. Do you voice your views and jeopardize your fan base and your relationship possibly with a studio, depending on what you're saying? Or do you keep your mouth shut, like kind of swallow your pride a little bit and just, make the movies and keep making money? So it's like one half of it, I guess he might feel like he's not being true to himself or not being transparent. The other half
Like,
is,
why?
do I want to jeopardize my career to say, hey, I'm anti-vax? Like, I don't.
But the thing is like nobody fucking asked. So like, why do you feel the need to unprompted share your very polarizing opinion with the masses?
Well, that's 21st century society right there.
But like, that's so stupid.
That's
so
Rob,
dumb.
I completely agree. If I was part of a multi-billion-dollar franchise, I'd probably keep my fucking
would
mouth
shut
shut
the
on a couple
fuck up.
topics. I don't,
Literally.
dude. All my hot takes are usually like nerd related.
Right.
I don't have a lot of hot takes that involve like controversial topics. I
Yeah.
don't know, but even then, I would still keep my fucking mouth shut. Don't you want to
Yeah.
make these movies? Don't you want to get paid?
Don't you want to make free money? Well, not free money, but don't you want to make a lot of money? Just shut up and keep making money.
What do I Google here? Zachary Levi salary for Shazam?
Yeah.
Paid. Yeah, I don't know. He's probably making a lot of money.
Yeah, he's not having to put stuff back at the grocery store to save money.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I do that every time.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, what don't we need? $16 of unsalted roasted cashews. Yeah, those could go back.
You son of a bitch. I'm in.
Those could go back. His net worth's about $12 million. Good for him.
Yeah. What I do is I compare the cost per ounce, which is why I don't buy Oreo thins. Because it just doesn't make.
We know, Rob.
It doesn't make fiscal sense, you know.
The I don't know if I've
it's
ever had an
fiscally
Oreo
irresponsible.
Thin. The Chips Ahoy thins, they're not bad. Not my favorite. I'd
I'm-
rather just
I'm-
get regular Chips Ahoy. Forget about the money per
Right.
dollar. Like, just the flavor's not there for me.
Like, I'm sure they're fine. Like, I don't have any problem against the cookie itself. I'm sure they're fine.
They're okay.
Like, if somebody had them, I would eat them while I berated them for buying them. But I would eat them.
You ever have those Mrs. Taint's cookies?
Excuse you?
Yeah, in the green bag. They're pretty good. They're really thin and crispy. They taste like those.
Did you say Mrs. Taint?
Mrs. Taint's cookies?
I think it's. Are you sure it's not Tate?
Pretty sure it's Taint.
I don't think it's Taint.
Yeah, with the green bag.
I'd be hard pressed to think that there's a cookie named after Mrs. Taint.
Oh, it's not Mrs. Taint's. It's just Taint's Bake Shop, Southampton, New York. They make good cookies. They do a gluten-free too.
No, but you're
Taint,
saying. Can you say it again?
oatmeal raisin Taint.
What?
Taint's Bake
It sounds
Shop.
like you're saying taint.
Robert, come on. This is a family show. Please.
There's so much. There's so much N in that
My
word.
grandmother
that
listens to this podcast.
You're saying taint, and I know you are.
Dude, I'm
You're
saying
gaslighting
Mrs.
me.
Taint's cookies.
You're gaslighting me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Everyone else hears that, right? He's saying taint.
Taint's. Mrs. Taint's Bake Shop cookies. Mrs. Taint's.
Am I saying pow? Pow.
Gluten-free Taint.
I prefer my taints with
All
gluten.
you can eat.
Thank
How
you
many
very much.
servings per taint? Get a big bag of taint.
How many taints per serving we getting out of that bag?
Where do you put the taint on the food pyramid?
Oh, at the bottom. of
Right at the
course.
bottom, the anchor.
The anchor of the food groups is the taint.
Oh my! Breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a little for dessert.
A-E-O.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I got Todoroki in Kukoro.
Oh my god! Yeah, we're still playing. Friends, you gotta get on the Kukoro bandwagon. So it's like it's a chat game on Twitch where you just sign in, and there's all these like different like multiplayer games that you could play. It's free for the viewer, but you could go into like a little training arena, which is like a little forest, and you can meditate at the waterfall. You could smack a rock, smack a tree, duel your friends, go for a jog, and you'll gain experience. And then through the experience, you have a chance to unlock 1 out of 1,000 skins that are just completely random. There's a giraffe, there's Shrek, there's a vampire, there's Todoroki from My Hero Academia. There's literally 1,000 skins. So what I unlocked Jessie from Team Rocket. I got a vampire.
Oh hell yeah.
I got Hello Kitty. And I got a barbarian guy. But yeah, Alex is obsessed. Oh yeah, Ice King. Yeah, everyone's obsessed. So everyone's just been hanging out in Jumpy's chat, just like refreshing all the time, so they can keep
Yeah.
training to unlock skins all day long.
Josh is Shrek.
That's pretty great. That's gotta be rare. The cursed girl from The Grudge.
Yeah. Jumpy's that right now in mine. And Derbs is a giraffe. She's going at a tree, but because it's giraffe, it like licks, it like kind of like headbutts with its tongue. It tongue butts the tree. I don't like that. Whole
What am
tongue
I
butt.
tongue button a bag of tates?
Hey yo,
Dude, I got my 30-month subiversary in your stream. Holy crap.
30.
So you're going to be
Damn.
streaming, let me get this straight. You are going to be streaming this
I'm
Friday?
drunk by daylighting this Friday.
Wow.
Yeah. Derbs is gonna join. Pete's Cat's gonna join. Maggie's gonna join. It's gonna be great.
Wow, dude, that's going to be awesome.
It's gonna be great.
Dude, I'll be there. Mod and chat. Maybe I'll even follow your channel too.
Oh damn, I could be so lucky.
Let me see. Let me see if the content's good. I might shoot you a follow.
Is that contingent on the follow?
Yeah.
That's
Depends
fair.
on how drunk you get.
Yeah.
Depends on how drunk we get. Cause we're gonna be what does Alex call it? Watchapating?
What? Yeah, watch a video.
Dude, the last time fucking Alex watchapated a Drunk by Daylight stream, she spent
You ended up with two
$60.
copies.
She spent $60 on Splatoon 3.
Was it? Well, she bought 2 copies, didn't she?
No, that was Splatoon 2,
Oh, that was
which
Splatoon
we
2,
also
excuse
did not
me.
get our money's worth out of. No, this was Splatoon 3.
Look, in my defense, I would have hard fought against getting a copy of that.
I would have fought if I knew it was happening.
Yeah.
It all happened so fast.
She got too drank, dude.
Mm-hmm. It's all right. It was multiplayer game of the year. Never forget.
Oh my god. So I
Dude,
did
the
forget.
world,
Then you
the
just
world we
reminded
live
me.
in.
Thanks a
man.
lot.
It's crazy.
Thanks a fucking lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what else is game of the year that has a very good HBO adaptation TV show of it?
Oh,
Naughty
Last
Dog's
of
The
Us.
Last of Us,
it's so
starring our
fucking
boy
good.
Pedro Pascal.
You know what? Can we put a pin in it there and pick it up next week with Jasmine?
I would love.
Is
to.
that okay? Yeah, I
would
gotta
love
be
to.
up in like 6 or 7 hours to get to work on time. So
Gross.
I'm gonna wind down, take a little shower, go to bed. But next
That's
week,
fair.
special guest, first time ever, world premiere. The lovely Miss Jasmine's gonna be joining us. Potentially. Have you is this cool with Jasmine? Have you greenlit this with Jasmine?
Yeah, I know. I let her know that it was either going to be this week, like this episode, or the next episode. She's
Okay.
like, all right, cool, I'm down. So it's going to be very movie and TV show focused.
Mm-hmm.
There will be spoilers. There will be arguments. There will be hot takes.
Yeah.
There will be some light roasting of certain movies and TV choices. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be great.
For sure. You're going to want to bring at least 24 ounces of water with you because it's going to get salty.
It's going to be diluted.
Mm-hmm. Jasmine's also playing the Dead Space remake right now.
She
Maybe we could talk a
is.
little bit about that. Dude, when I'm done, man,
I was going to say, you
get
got
my
to beat
Steam
it so I
library.
can play it.
It's so good. It's so fucking good.
It looks so good.
Oh, yeah.
I want to play.
It's great. I wish I could stream it. I don't know why it keeps crashing my OBS. I'm trying, man. I'll figure it out. I did.
Damn, you know who we also need to get on a podcast? It would be even better with Jazz. It would be my boy Boot. Old Boot Lumpy.
Boot Wumpy.
My man
I miss
has
Boot.
I miss Boot too. I haven't seen him in a hot minute.
Mm-hmm.
But my man's got some fiery takes when it comes to movies.
Okay. I
His
like that.
his letterbox is fucking hilarious.
Okay. Dude, I've been meaning to download that app. I gotta do that.
You got to do it, dude.
Write some reviews.
Yeah, you got to go through and review some movies. So let me pull up some of his reviews. There was so this is the movie Dinosaur from 2000. He gave it a half star,
Okay.
and his review is their nasty plastic but leather faces make this unwatchable. Also, these dinosaurs horny as fuck. The next movie was 1940s Fantasia. He gave it 3 stars. All the review is too horny.
Okay. Is
he
that
watched,
why it earned 3 stars, or is that why stars were deducted?
I can't tell.
We
There's
gotta
not enough.
ask him.
Yeah, not enough information for me to deduce. This is The Northman. He gave 1.5 stars. Robert Eggers, the man famous for historical accuracy, took the horns off Viking helmets and expected to be lauded as a hero, which I can respect.
I wanted to see that movie. Fuck.
Or 2010's Tekken. He gave 2 stars. Tasty little trash snack.
Oh my god.
He gave The Green Knight 1 star. The cum rag stays on during sex. I don't know the context of that because I haven't seen the movie.
Yuck. Oh yeah. No, that's yeah. Yep, that's a thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um.
I saw that movie in theaters.
Yeah, his 1996's Fly Away Home, 3 stars. The review is honk. Because it's about a bunch of geese, in case you didn't know.
Okay.
Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. He gave 2 stars, and the review is The Crimes of Grundlewald. His reviews are just like a fever dream, and it's
Oh, I love that. Dude,
so
I
good.
saw The Green Knight with my friend Nick and my buddy Matt, and like a few days later, someone reached out to Nick and they're like, "Oh, I was actually I'm going to the movies tonight to see Green Knight. If you want to come with," and Nick just texted him back and said, "There's cum." What?
There's cum.
There's cum. Oh, okay. And that was like their whole conversation.
Right. Okay.
Just giving you a heads up. There's
And
cum.
Paddington 2, 5 stars. Perfect as always.
Oh my god, dude!
It's unhinged. It's
Paddington
unhinged.
2. Watching Paddington 2 is a subplot of The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Is it really?
Apparently, it's a fucking masterclass in how
Oh,
to
I
make
love
an
it.
animated movie. We gotta watch it.
I love it.
I don't know. Maybe we gotta watch Paddington 2.
His review of A Quiet Place, I both agree with and don't agree with. He gave it a half star, which I wildly disagree with. But his review is, did you know owls can hear heartbeats? Which I respect, because if an owl can do it, an alien monster whose entire biology is to hear, to be able to survive and hunt, you would expect it to be able to hear heartbeats. So my hat's off to him for that review. But I'm personally offended that he gave it a half star, because I think that movie's fantastic.
I did like it. Was very quiet, but I did enjoy the movie.
It was. Watching that in theaters was funny, because like the theater that I eat at or that I go to is like the sit down and eat one. And so like obviously that movie's very quiet. So like all you hear is like, granted, people were trying to be quiet, but like you hear like forks on plates, like forks and knives on
Dude,
plates. Like,
quiet's
people were
in the
trying to be
title
quiet.
of the movie.
Literally, yeah. Or like ice moving in cups, or people trying not to like slurp their drink.
Yeah,
Like people were trying to be quiet, but it was so loud in that theater while being so quiet at the same time.
I like the first one. Second one was okay. Like not a lot happened.
Yeah, like it wasn't a bad sequel, but I definitely do think the first one was.
It was
better.
just like a day in the life.
Yeah.
I don't know. Not a lot of progress made. The kid who plays the young boy is really good. He was in the Undoing on HBO too.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good actor. Not bad.
But yeah, I think having Boot and Jazz on the same podcast would be just absolute chaos in the streets.
All right, let's see. You know, we'll have.
I'm gonna DM him.
DM
Yeah,
him. I was just gonna say we'll have our people get in touch with his people, aka Rob's just gonna DM him on Discord.
I'm gonna go straight to the source. I'm going straight to the horse's mouth.
Great.
And I'm gonna whisper into it.
Let's
be
see,
like, hey.
let's see if we can we get a date in the books. That'll be good.
It's gonna be absolute pandemonium with them both in the podcast. If we're talking about movies, and my man's giving A Quiet Place a half star, it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah. Dude, then I would love to do a week with my boy Wet Sandwich. He was talking about jumping on. He's pretty well versed. Games, movies, food.
Yeah, he seems
knows
well
his shit.
well played.
Yeah,
He seems like
he's
he's
pretty
played a
fucking
lot.
hilarious too. We'll see, man. We'll start doing some special guests.
I'd be down. So it's gonna be all movies and TV next week. We're gonna talk about the oldies, the newies, the goodies, the baddies.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and catch up on some of the stuff I missed last year. Some of the big ones. I didn't see Top Gun Maverick.
Oh yeah, you got that. It's so good.
Yeah, so I'll check out some of these movies and we'll have a good time. Movie night this week. How would you feel about All Quiet on the Western Front?
I'm down to see it.
It's gonna be intense and sad for sure.
It's gonna be very heavy.
But if we're gonna do a war movie month,
well, cause I think I'll have to find her, or when we're done with this, ask her what she said, because she gave me the option of, she was like, we can do like one more, like she said, I forgot what movie she said, to like finish out like the month and then go into like war movie month. And I was like, yeah, I'm cool with that. But I don't know what it was.
all right, I'll ask her.
But yeah, we'll figure that out. We'll get a schedule.
I chose the movie
war
last
movies.
week, so I'm out of the rotation. Honestly, I'm happy it was good, because man, I've had bad luck choosing movies over the last 3 years. Holy God. How am I even involved in this process? I don't even know.
Well, the whole purpose of this was to get you watched. Because there's far too many classics that you hadn't seen.
Yeah, we need to do a classics month for sure.
We do.
Or a classic like 6 months.
Right.
Your boy's behind on the movies. Just when I was younger, I would just rewatch Kill Bill, you know?
Yeah. I feel you.
I didn't have the drive to watch new shit.
Yeah, we gotta just sit down and just hammer out. Like we gotta get like a good, just like we gotta get like months like scheduled, because we can, like, as of right now we could schedule like at least 2 or 3 months of movies.
Yeah, for sure.
None of this like last minute, what the fuck are we watching? Like we gotta hammer out a good Q1 2023 schedule.
I would love to get in a flow of either like genres.
The genres
themes,
definitely help.
Yeah.
Of us like put together some movies.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
So
that'd be fun.
I think World War II movies is good, and then we could do like, like I guess 2000s like action classics.
Yeah.
We can do that with Ninja Assassin, maybe some fucking, what was it, Underworld with Kate Beckinsale.
Ooh, I've never seen those, but I've seen the trailers in the theater and they look pretty good.
They progressively get worse. Like it starts really good. Like the first one's great. I think the second one was pretty decent, and then they just get progressively worse as it goes on. Like there's been too many of them.
Yeah,
but they get progressively worse. But at least the first one is a great watch.
All right, cool.
Oh, Blade. We could do Blade with Wesley Snipes.
I watched Blade 2 randomly like a year ago. Pretty good.
Was Blade 2, is that the one with Ryan Reynolds? Is that where he plays Whistler? Or is he in the first one?
I don't remember. I think Blade 2 had Ron Perlman. It's like the
Maybe
rowdy
Blade Trinity.
gruff.
Is it Blade Trinity with Ryan Reynolds and what's her name? Jessica Biel?
Me.
But yeah, the first, it's the third one. Jessica Biel and she plays Whistler. Ryan Reynolds plays Hannibal King. Dominic Purcell, Triple H is in that bitch.
Damn.
Yeah.
What a cast. Oscar nominee for best ensemble.
Damn, Blade 3's got a 24% on Rotten Tomatoes. Tough.
Dude, what did Boot have to say about it in his letter?
we need Blade. We need Boot's input on Blade.
Take a bite out of this trash.
But yeah, so yeah, we'll hammer out a bunch of movies. We'll try and get Boot and Jazz on for an episode. I think that'll be fantastic chaos.
Yeah, that'll be great.
TV. Yeah, it'll be a good time.
All right, good shit. Friends, thanks for listening. Keep it salty. We'll see you next week with some very special guests.
Oh, it's gonna be so good.
It's gonna be great. Oh, we got to go through the letterboxes.
Absolutely. Everyone download Letterboxd and let's start letterboxing.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, it's like an app where you could like you should compile all the movies you've seen. You could write reviews. If that wasn't already evident.
Yeah, you just go and you rate and review movies, and you can add friends and you can view each other's reviews. It's great. Yeah. It's a good time.
It's cool. I'm gonna download it at work tomorrow. That's all I'm gonna do.
Do it and just go through and just review every movie that you think you remember well enough to review.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm
so bummed. I feel like we don't. Jumpy started doing this, but we don't have a full catalog of every movie we've watched over movie night.
Yeah,
we would forget. I mean, we're closing in on 100. Like we would certainly forget some. Whatever. It'll be good this year. We'll keep a compendium.
Put together like a spreadsheet.
Exactly. And then we'll rank them.
Go down the list. Oh yeah, we could rate them at the end of the year.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Pretty good.
Yeah. All right, friends, keep it salty, and we will see you very soon. We'll try and get an episode out this weekend. If not, I'd say early next week.
Yeah, we're shooting for like it's hard to get Sunday releases out because of anime. And
I usually do family stuff during the day too.
And family, yeah. So either
Saturday might be a good. I was gonna say
either we record on Saturday and then we can push the episode live on like Sunday or Monday.
Yeah.
Or because it's Monday right now, we're recording this episode. Don't tell anybody.
Yeah, sorry.
We just continue to record on Mondays.
That's what I'd rather do it on Saturday because like. I gotta get up in
I'm
a couple
down.
hours for work, so that kind of sucks, you know.
Yeah, I'm down because I like the idea of having the episode out and ready on Monday for people to listen to, like for their work commutes or like just whatever.
Start your week off salty.
Ooh,
With Robin
great
Brandy.
tagline. Great tagline.
Hells yeah. All right, love you guys. Thank you for listening. We'll catch
See you next week. Goodbye.